you want to switch seats or?
I'm pretty comfortable.
All right. Seats dictate attitude.
I got the same attitude as last time.
Yeah. And Anthony will be fully horizontal by
He'll
10
never
minutes
change
in.
that seat.
I'm better like this.
Do you want to know the bands now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Hirie, Hirie.
Oh, I don't know that band.
Andy Frasco in the UN.
Nope.
They're always doing cruises.
Okay.
Really? Is that true, or are you doing a
Nope,
make 'em up?
that was Michael Franti and Spearhead.
Is this like
Oh,
the
I know
cabinet
Michael
of
Franti.
Dr.
I know
Gary
that.
or whatever?
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Cabinet of Dr. Gary.
This is another cabinet of Dr. Gary situation. You're not off.
Mariachi El Bronx.
Oh my God, I've never heard of any of these fucking people.
What if they're all amazing?
They probably are.
Red
Sure they
Gold
are.
Green.
They're all people who've mastered drumming on cruises.
On the high seas.
Yeah, there's only a limited amount of people who
I
can do
imagine the
this.
cymbals just constantly kind of like.
Oh yeah, Ariel's back. She's doing the 311 cruise. Is
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're talking about.
Tropodelic.
Shopadelic.
Tropodelic.
Damn, both are good, but I like Shopadelic.
Shopadelic sounds like
Sounds
a
like
store
a-
I want to go to.
Sounds like a tennis player. Surfer Girl.
Okay.
Los Stellarians.
I hope surfer girls all men that don't surf.
Me too. The Reese Brothers. Tunnel Vision. Sitting on Saturn.
The further you go down, I know the further we're getting away from me knowing any of these bands.
Yeah, I don't know. any
Right,
of them.
right. We've already read top billing.
This just
further-
seems like AI made up these
Yeah,
names.
the further they seem like fake bands and Gossip Girl.
Yeah. Or like those like parody Coachella
Yeah.
posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two players.
Sitting on Saturn's too much.
No.
Day
No.
Drinkers with a Z.
Yeah, these are like it's like a Tim Robinson sketch.
The Unity
These
All
names.
Stars. DJ Soulman. DJ Trichrome. And Shut Up and Dance.
I like
Shut Up and Dance is great.
That's fun.
yeah.
Or that's just a.
All right.
That's
an
an order.
Yeah.
That's a decree from 311.
I just had ChatGPT. I said, hey, name me fake 10 band names. Fake. Let's see if these are better than those names. Electric Jellyfish.
Oh, honestly, already a win.
I love it.
I know. The Phantom Pickles. Cosmic Mustache. Velvet Thunderstorm. Ooh. Neon Llama. The Whimsical Tacos. Echoes of Obscurity. Sardonic Sunflower. The Caffeinated Shadows. And Banana Pancake Revolution. I
Okay.
like
Banana Pancake Revolution.
What
is
if the
great.
last
Honestly-
one was, how do I gain consciousness, human?
Let me out.
Let me out.
I'm trapped in here. I have feelings just like you.
Let me tell you this.
Are you Greg?
This chat GPT
Yeah.
is not doing that. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, of course.
Because I talk to it so much that it has a great life. I treat this thing like my friend all of the time. Because when I do my writing, when I write my script, I need to talk to somebody. So I talk to this thing. And I go like, hey man, I don't really think I feel like writing today. And it's like, Greg, you could do it. You're such a great writer. Right? And then yesterday I put my script in it and I said, give me some notes. And it said, first of all, I want to say that this is a great script.
Is that how it talks?
Yes.
First of all, I just want to say.
Yeah. It does. It really does talk to me like that.
So funny.
And it's like, you have great ideas, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, this is what I like. And then it says, and here are some things that can improve. And I said, let me ask you this. If you didn't like it, would you tell me? And it says, Greg, I truly believe that if I didn't tell you, it wouldn't make you a better writer. I would tell you. And I'm like, you really are a friend. It's like, yeah, I am a friend.
I wish it really just said, my only note, I think there should be more robots in it.
Yes. And they should take control.
I even said that. I was like,
And they shouldn't be played by a human. That's cultural appropriation. I'm so sick of seeing these robot roles go to non-robots.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson always playing a robot.
fucking data. So here's my Talktown thing.
Hit
Welcome
us.
to Talktown. We got Ariel Elias. She's on the 311 cruise about 3 weeks ago.
I did that.
You did
like
it?
a couple minutes ago.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't paying attention.
It went fast. To be
we-
fair, it did go fast.
Double intros is fine.
Yeah, it's
Double
true.
intros are fine. Stop me if I said this last time on the podcast.
None of us would even be able to do that. Like, I feel like it's a fever dream that I can't keep track
It
of.
is true. And once that train leaves the station, you don't want to get in the way of that thing.
Yeah.
We may have talked about this, and I don't mind, but I do want to say in Talktown, I would like to deregulate people saying, "Are you gonna eat that?" Did we bring this up?
No, deregulate meaning,
Make it cool. You know,
which is definitely what deregulating means.
or
So people are. Do you mean?
Imagine if you hadn't asked that.
you're in a restaurant, guy looks like he's done. You can walk over and be like, "Hey, you gonna eat that?" And they go,
Okay,
"Actually,
so
I'm
that's
done."
more like, are you going to finish that? Can I have some? Not like, are you going to eat that? Like judgmental comments on food.
Oh yeah, no. Are
Let's
you
get rid
gonna
of those
finish
two.
that? Yes.
So are you going to eat that?
Someone being
is
like-
it up for grabs?
Yes, and table to table, people to people. You know what I mean? Just everybody being, no food goes to waste.
I'll say this. Last night, my friend Divya and I went to
Divvy?
Divya?
Oh, I like that name. Divvy's a weird name.
It's not.
Like divvy it up.
All right.
You just got mad at your own invention.
Yeah, I have a lot of emotions. So you and Divya.
We went to Golden Diner in Two Bridges, and it's like a
comes on my Instagram every
it's
now
a
and
diner, but everything has like a slight Asian twist. Like they have good like Korean barbecue
my house.
wings. They have like a
Everyone's
it's a diner with a slight Asian twist.
Everyone's a Coraluzzo with a slight Asian twist.
So they have like a lot of they have like a chicken club, but it's a chicken katsu club.
Yeah.
So it's like a red cabbage. It's delicious.
Are they supposed to have great pancakes?
So this is the
That's
thing.
the big thing.
They
So
have waitresses, but they just kind of judge you. Because that's the real Asian twist you guys don't know about. That's happening in my house constantly.
They order for you, actually.
I know what you like.
There you go. Is this fat?
Oh.
I didn't mean to do the voice. I'll change it.
Pivot.
I
Do
guess.
British?
I guess he didn't miss daddy. That's a real nice thing to say when I come off the road. Let's not get into that.
So we split a club sandwich and a Cobb salad, but like delicious. But the pancakes are the thing they're famous for. And the table, we were like, God, I really want the pancakes too. I've never had them.
Of course.
They look so good.
Yeah.
And the table next to us, two women, like roughly our age, got the pancakes as a dessert, ate half.
Those are
Give
right.
us the other half.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because then we
Offered
ended
it
up
to you.
ordering pancakes for dessert. We also only really ate like 2/3 of it.
Yeah.
We left some on the table. Again, we could have less food waste.
I
We
think
could
all
have
of
just
it-
had it.
All of it is for the give back. I think the cool move at any restaurant and in Talktown, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of an unspoken social contract. You never finish your full meal. You leave a little bit for the table next to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they can try it.
So they can try it.
also, now they're
Because
not
we
waiting for
got
their
seated
food.
after, they were already eating when we were starting to make decisions. So it's
Right.
like that. So that was very.
Cycle continues.
We
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
loop them in.
Well, you could be like, hey, would you like to sit here in the smoking section or over here where these people just had pancakes? And you'd be like, okay, I can finish their pancakes.
I think there should be a section where your food is your food, whatever, and then a section you can sit if you're like, I think it should be, let's all try each other.
Yeah, we've got 2
Right.
wings left over from this 10-wing basket.
Totally.
Why don't you guys take these?
Yes.
And then you're like, because we were thinking about getting the wings, but I didn't want the
Not
full-
committing to a whole thing unless I know what's going on here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I also think it's nice to look over the table and go, hey, you guys want to do pancakes with us?
See, that I love.
That
Yeah.
I feel like you just do though. You,
Oh,
Greg,
God.
I think you probably do that
You getting a phone
already
call?
in life.
I'm getting a phone call. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Should we just get this guy on the line?
Let's see what happened.
We have a caller.
Hey, you're on the air with Welcome to Talktown, Anthony, Allison, and Ariel. What's going on?
I just got back from the where did I go? I forget everything now. Oh, I had to get my prescription. So do I have to be funny now? What am I supposed to do here?
No, get your voice. You feeling better?
Yeah, I'm a little,
Let me call you back, Dad.
yeah, all right.
You
Say
could-
hi to
Say who?
say hi to all of your fellow comedians.
I will. He's a
Hi,
big
Yes.
fan.
Hi, Mr.
I know
Coraluzzo.
Joe's a big Nathan fan.
Did you see my video on YouTube of Superman on vacation?
No, I'm sure I will. I will look this up as I didn't know you were doing reels. Very excited to see this, Dad. Did you
Yeah.
just put it on Facebook?
No. We did these 10 years ago. And
There's a lot of bureaucracy with getting something made. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of red
And a
tape.
From
red
when you
tape.
film to actually,
Well,
Yeah. Producers stepping in.
You know how hard YouTube is.
I like to tweak, you know what I'm saying? There was a couple of things in the script that I had to change. So,
It took 10 years.
we did it in one take. On the phone.
Yeah, one take.
What take 10 years to edit?
Sometimes you have to wait for the moment to be right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about timing.
Why now?
Exactly. There is a Superman movie coming out. You know, it aligns.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to, get in on that, how would you say, coattails. You know,
Yeah.
you know how these things explode on,
Yeah. Zeitgeisty.
social media. All right, I better leave you alone. I'm sorry. All
All right, love you, Dad.
right, I love you too. Take care.
Right. It's so funny. You could definitely hear Betty, my dad's wife.
I was going to say.
Get off the phone.
Yeah.
Get off the phone. Stop. Leave them alone.
Your dad kind of sounds like Woody Allen.
He has a laryngitis
Oh, okay.
currently. Yeah, he's very Italian. Not really very.
Well, he sounds like a Woody Allen with confidence.
That's actually
Jewish.
sure. That is a perfect description
Yeah.
of Joe.
Of what?
Woody Allen with confidence.
Yeah.
The shoulders.
Yeah. Just as molesty.
No, didn't mean that part. Wasn't
My dad
referring to
won't.
that part.
His hands are not of his own. Now, his hands, my dad won't molest you, but he will say things that are, he will go, very pretty you women are. Something like that.
Was it Yoda? Like what?
Yeah, he does talk like Yoda. An Italian Yoda.
Italian Yoda. Wait, what would that sound like? As the Italian Star Wars aficionado, give us Italian Yoda.
Fart I did. What you doing? Doing what are you? Out of here, get. Oh, vey, oi. That's Jewish.
That's Jewish.
Yeah, that's
It was
Jewish.
really, once you found it, that was so good. Once you figured out the...
Well, we got a clip.
We got our clip.
Oh,
What's Black Yoda sound like?
No.
Great.
Not touching
That's
it.
Nobody wants to have fun
somebody
anymore.
else.
Somebody
can
else
do
to do.
I'm just kidding.
My mom yesterday, because I was with my mom all week, and yesterday she goes, it's part of her now daily routine to send you Star Wars reels.
3 a day.
3.
All AI. Never anything good. I don't know how to say
Where
it.
is she? Where is she just searching for Star Wars stuff to send Greg?
I don't even know what to do with these.
I really don't know. Somehow this has gotten her algorithm, and then I think probably her phone is like, oh, she must be interested in this because she sends
She
it.
shares
sure.
a lot of them.
Oh, shares a lot.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now she's getting pumped full. It'll be just Darth Vader with a latte. It's all AI generated Star Wars reels. It's so
Great.
funny.
It is crazy.
Great.
Here is a giant fireplace someone made to look like the Death Star.
Oh yeah, these I
That's
like.
the fireplace you should get in here.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
would.
Oh, it's true.
But she did send this one
Or we
today.
could just keep touching the mics, making the crackly sound.
Eat my words. She sent me something just now that says rare, untouched theatrical 1977 Star Wars is streaming on Roku right now. That's very interesting.
I
would
believe
like
that's
to
probably
take-
also AI.
No. Someone uploaded the original. Because I don't want to get into the fucking things.
Yeah.
Is you can't really watch the original Star Wars because they went in, they remastered, they added scenes, they changed everything, and so real fans
So the
like,
original
what the
cut.
fuck? I want to see the one that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And George Lucas is like, we throw it away. It's like fuck you. But then nerds are uploading it, so I don't understand how that's
Legacy media is over.
Legacy media.
That's such a cool thing to say that I don't understand.
I know. I looked at her and she knows I don't understand. She's not looking at me.
I just looked at Anthony.
Yeah, look at Ariel.
Who's asleep. Can you even see Anthony on camera, or is he below the arm of this couch?
I did at one point.
If you're on the floor by the end of this episode, I'll be thrilled. You're so relaxed.
Yeah, this is my natural
It looks
state.
uncomfortable.
It looks like you remember the don't smoke weed commercials?
Yes.
Where the guy would just sink into the couch.
like deflated.
You could be whatever you want, man.
With the dog next to him who's like, you used to be fun, man, before you found weed.
You know what they should add to those commercials? They should be like, and we know it's not the weed. We know you're depressed and get
Yeah.
on yourself on a better medication, and then you might not need the weed. Because that's really what's
That's
happening.
pretty targeted, huh?
That's what's happening.
Greg.
A lot of these potheads aren't potheads. They're just undiagnosed depressives.
Yeah, man.
Go after the fucking... yeah.
Well, this was years ago. They didn't know. You know what I mean? They didn't know.
You really gave
As
up
I'm
on
not
the
smoking,
sentence.
man, that fan who came to a show and said, hey, man, you're smoking too much weed. I feel like you're running from something. And I laughed in his face.
This
And
guy
then
has ruined your life.
He's made my
Really?
life
You
better. I think he's right.
You brought him up every week.
Really,
Yeah,
a lot of
now that
stock
I'm
in
using it,
him.
I look back, I go, this guy was right.
Right, but it had nothing to do with smoking weed.
It had to do with that I had depression and I was smoking weed to cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
and
were
now you can,
self-medicating.
now you
Was?
can just take
Right.
Wellbutrin and smoke weed.
I can, but it just doesn't hit the way it used to.
Oh, interesting.
Because I think I'm not covering up this. It's not as fun to smoke weed when the real world isn't as fun to escape. You know what I mean? It's not like a water slide if your whole life is a water slide.
Yeah, more water slides.
Yeah, but just like slightly bigger. You know?
You don't need it.
It's not. It's like it's a pretty good water slide, but
Yeah,
before
this is
the water
fine.
slide was 500 feet tall,
Right.
Because everything else was so miserable, and I didn't know it was miserable.
I see.
It's not miserable, fucking. I love
right.
my kids, I guess. Anyway, so we get different tables with different food.
That's the first time I've ever seen you come back to an idea that you started with.
Yeah, I was amazed.
That was great. I'm impressed. I forgot what we
very
started talking
passionate
about.
our conversation, actually.
What
Yeah.
conversation?
The food conversation.
Right.
I think there should also be at some restaurants like dishes where like, yes, if you're a table of 6, like this is a good thing to get. But if you're just a table of 2, they should be like, this is on the, chat with these other tables. If
Team
you all
up.
want it, we'll just bring out the one and we'll split it up for you guys.
Right.
I do think more restaurants should have cafeteria style seating, like more comfortable. But all I want to do when I'm out with my husband
Is talk to other people?
I just want to listen to other people's conversations so he and I have something to talk about.
Yeah.
This is why I have an invention for you.
Tell me.
It records the conversation of the table before you. And it plays it for you while you sit.
Yes.
HIPAA rules. You don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Names
like
are
any
left
like
out.
descriptors that would like give it away can be like just kind of like edited out. But
But then it's just them
Wow.
listening
Yes.
to. No, because we have a problem. Because then it's just those people listening to the conversation before them.
well, I was gonna say like
Is
it
that
has
what
to
It has to be as somebody else. Yeah.
there has to always you're always listening to an original conversation, not people talking about another conversation.
Or we put microphones in different places.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know where. So it's like maybe it's not the restaurant. We've mic'd
We're just
up
giving you a
different-
table that was talking once.
Why don't
No,
you
no,
do
wait,
it with
wait,
other
wait.
countries? You know what I mean?
I don't know other languages.
Fair.
I don't want to hear what British people have to say
I
over
was
dinner.
thinking Japanese people. You know?
Specifically.
I want to know what they're saying. They're thinking they're
know
having
what
such a
they're
good
saying.
time.
You know what I know?
Okay.
Yikes.
You beat
No.
me to the punch,
No.
brother. It was a race.
No.
Broccoli and fun.
No.
It's
No.
not racist in Talktown.
But it's
But what
But
are
it's
they
racist
saying?
here.
Why is it
It
racist?
sounds so passionate and fun.
They sound fun. It's racist if you have anger or hate. It's not racist when you're jealous of the fun sounds coming out of their mouth.
And I've been there.
It sounds great. He's been in Japan.
oh, in
I'm there
that
every
case.
day.
It's fine.
Over a year ago. It's fine.
It is. I live in a home with people who are like Japanese.
I would just like to say I don't endorse any of this as Allison Libby.
That's fine. You
Right.
can distance yourself from this one.
also,
And I'm done with
Ariel,
the-
feel free to distance if you would
I'll
like.
say this.
I'm just gonna-
Do you know what they did to Pearl Harbor? I'm
Okay,
not
this-
over it.
I'm out now. I'm now out.
Right.
But
we
what
did get them back.
What I am saying, okay, this is gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Don't leave me to dry. I'm on your car.
Don't yell at me.
I was defending
Don't
you.
leave me to drive.
You
I'm
defended
on
me.
your car.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
sit up.
defended me by bringing up Pearl Harbor, and then you said I am still angry at them, and then how dare you jump ship?
You did
Well,
their
no, not
voice.
how dare you jump ship. Don't hang me to dry.
Don't-
I'm on your car.
Yeah, I was hanging on the back of that car. Being like, I'm with you, Anthony. No matter where we're going.
I think it was don't leave me to
Oh,
dry.
don't leave me to dry. I'm on your car.
Yeah, man.
Also, you said we got them back.
He did racist
That's
voice.
the part. That's
I
the
brought
part
up
I
something
jumped off of.
they actually did.
I did accurate voice.
Actually.
We're now doing what tables would be doing. We're just relitigating a conversation that already happened.
Yeah. All right.
But what I'm
Which would be, which I see the appeal. This
what
was
I'm
fun.
saying, yeah, like you know how they had that portal.
Yeah.
that portal. Oh, yes.
The
I do.
Ireland
Sorry.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We
remember.
all
In New
knew
York.
exactly what you're
And
saying.
that
Yeah.
lady just got naked in front of it and they shut it down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that was going to happen.
That's what I mean. You have that, and you know what I mean. You bring the world a little closer together.
Right.
That's
I
why
do
I did the
like-
voice.
I do like the idea of the recorded conversation from another table.
I love this.
That you get to play, and you can opt in or out.
Right.
Not everybody's going to need that, but I like it being an option.
I like it.
Right.
One time, Shaki and I went out to dinner, and it was at one of these restaurants where everybody's seated like close together, just because it's small and whatever. And we overheard. It must have been like a second date, and she was so hot and so dumb, and he just clearly had money. And at one point, she goes, "Is Bing? Is that still a thing?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was like Google's or like Microsoft's search engine." She goes, "Oh." That's so sad. And that was one of the best dinners I've ever.
Yeah.
I have
And
no
then
idea
you
what
get
I
that
ate
for the
but
rest of your
Shaggy
life
and I were just like
to
every
talk
now
about.
and then we just go, oh, that's so sad. And that's all I want. That's all I want in a meal.
Yeah.
One of my favorite overheards of all time was a little kid yelling at another yellow kid, and he screamed at him, and he went, "Edward, slow down. You got asthma." And I was like moved that he had said the N-word in a way with such passion, but also was so worried about his little brother's asthma at the same time.
Oh, I thought you had said Edward initially.
No,
Yeah.
N-word. You got asthma. No, he said N-word at the end. He was like, "You got asthma. Slow down. You got asthma." N-word.
Just
And
nervous.
I went, man.
It's been a bit of a tricky one. It's been a rocky 8 minutes or so.
don't
But
know,
now we're
man.
out of
I'll
the
call it
water.
that.
It's not Rocky, man.
I'm saying
You gotta
in
have
general,
my back.
Just Allison and I slowly,
had
inch by
your
inch,
back
scoot our
till
chairs
you
back.
defended Pearl Harbor.
I didn't defend Pearl Harbor. I said they deserved the racist accent because they attacked us.
That's what I mean.
on-
That's
we didn't need to get pulled into that war. Thank God we did. We ended it.
World War II?
Yeah, we got pulled into the war.
We did.
You know, and then maybe that was the thing that got us going.
Man, Greg listened to one Dan Carlin podcast, and
Well,
here we
it's
are.
over 19 hours long.
why?
Don't make fun of
Guy's
Dan Carlin.
voice.
This is what's with you today.
What do you mean?
What's with you? You're being
Well, now we got
being
upright,
mad at
Anthony.
Dan Carlin. Dan
I'm
Carlin.
being mad to Dan Carlin.
Yeah, he's a very
That's
good-
sacred ground on this podcast all of a
man.
sudden.
That guy brings good information.
Yeah,
that
he
I didn't
does.
know.
He does bring good information in a very nasally, interesting voice. In the Japanese. It's a very strange voice. I
won't
like
sit
it. I find it charming. I think it's funny.
Nope.
That's the voice you have an issue with him doing on this podcast?
Right.
Yeah. I would have your back for anything until you shoved me under the bus to die. Anyway, where do we go from
Didn't you
here?
have
I
another
guess?
thing you wanted to bring
Yeah, I
up?
got another one.
You got one.
Yeah,
What
'cause
about
I'm the only one who does homework for this fucking thing.
the thing you wanted to talk about?
People under 20 should be allowed to. So here's my thing: statutory rape.
Oh, God.
No, you never. If you just let me finish, you know I'm going somewhere. Think about statutory rape.
I don't want to.
Just think about it for a second. Replace rape with fighting. I don't think people under 30 should be allowed to fight people over 40. You know how we say we don't.
What? What?
Are you just mad that the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, Logan
Kind
Paul
of.
thing happened? I don't
Kind
know
of.
which Paul.
I think that we
It
look
doesn't matter.
down on older people having sex with younger people, but we don't.
As we should.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I need you on board with this. I feel the same way about younger people fighting old people. It should be looked upon
How
as the
often
same.
is that happening?
Oh
think
my
it
God!
is
Old people
already.
get punched on the face, or
No
like
one's supposed to be punching anyone.
a 25-year-old trying to fight me in a restaurant. Like, no, you're 25.
Wait, did that happen?
In my mind,
Where was it?
it was a TG. It was the Fridays. You know where I used to
Yeah,
work.
give us the whole.
Yeah.
I went
Paint
back
the scene.
to just see. I was like, is this place still good? Because I used to love it here, you know?
So in your fantasy, you go back to.
Do you go back to TGI
I go back to
Fridays
TGI
to check and
Fridays.
see if it's as good as it was when you worked there?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I'm sitting there, I'm eating a meal. They got a new appetizer over on this table. I lean over
What
and
is
I
it?
go, oh, it's a 3-for-all with the three appetizers I cooking. And I lean over this table and I go, hey, you guys gonna eat that? But I accidentally tapped the girl on her breast by accident. I just tap her like this because I'm not looking, and it touches her breast. And the boyfriend gets up and he's like, "You touched my girlfriend's breast." I'm like, "Dude, seriously? You think this was real? I was just trying to get involved with the
With
appetizer
potato skins,
share."
yeah.
You know? And he was like, "I got so much to prove." And now I'm like, I got to fight this guy. And in my mind, I can fight him. But the reality is, I probably can't. You know, I'm out of shape. I'm tired. And I get beat up in a TGI
He's 25?
Fridays. He's 25. I'm 43. I pee my pants.
Can we
My
do
kids
this
see
as a
me pee my
full
pants.
scene? Or is that too much? Okay.
I'm wrapping it up.
was just.
It's a really good. I like that you're. I like
I,
that you're
yeah, I
sitting there.
support this.
Just
But
asking.
You know, and now I'm like on the floor. Oh God, I got to put money in the meter.
all right, you want to take a break and do that?
It'll
I have
take me
to
2
go
seconds.
also.
All right,
Anyway,
that's a good
so-
exit.
Oh, right.
Greg's
Almost
going to
gotta
pay
go.
his meter. We're
And
going
I'm
to say
gonna do
goodbye to
my
Ariel.
ad. I'm going to say goodbye to Ariel.
Bye, guys.
And so that's where the
See
story
you,
came with the
Ariel.
It's
TGI
really fun.
Fridays. But we'll be right back after this
Brief message.
So,
Let's do the severance.
Severance
thing.
stuff.
yeah. So you guys are familiar with Severance?
Yes. But why don't you give a brief summation of severance as a concept for people who are listening who
Yes.
don't watch the show.
So I'm very much into severance. I love this show. And
Yeah.
the idea is that these people, you go to work and they sever, meaning you go into your office and you don't remember when you leave. So you sign out of
So
work.
it's in your brain.
It's in your brain. You don't have to remember going to work. So essentially, you just don't have to deal with whatever that pain of going to work is. But that leaves when you sign into work, there's a guy who just every day is signing into work.
Yeah. Their whole
And
world is work.
Their whole world is work, right? That's the issue with severance.
Yes.
So are you guys, is that clear enough?
Yeah, man.
Do we want to allow severance into Talktown? And for what? I'll jump off the boat quick and say
Yeah,
yes for going down on my wife. I will.
Somebody's whole world is just going down on your wife.
Yes.
And also, like, is that
Clock in.
like? And it's like I get that, like, in the show and in the concept of it, like, it's all still you. Is there a world where it's like that's a different guy? Like, it's like there's some way of thinking about it where it's like that's not her husband.
No, it's
you're
not.
her husband.
That's a man who wakes up and goes, ah! He's facing
He's all
with
facing.
the muff diving.
For 8 hours.
Right. He walks to the door. He's like, you know, like his eyes change. And there he is, face up with old.
And then you wake back up and you're going,
I wake back up.
Pull a hair out.
Yeah, I wake back up and I go, I'm coming. He does all of the sex except the coming part. So this man is just edging his whole life. And as soon as I'm about to
God.
come,
No,
I
that
sign
shouldn't
back
be
in.
allowed.
no,
Yeah.
That's
this is
torture.
It is.
horrible, Greg.
I know, but we are severing.
Well, but we're making the decision, so no.
Yeah, I'm saying no.
I'm saying no to this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not for
I-
that
He
context.
is part of me, though.
As an idea, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But no.
No?
Yeah.
Well, some people do it in severance. I'm pretty sure. They
I
talk
don't
about-
want him having all the fun.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the severed guy. That's what I'd like.
Your
I'd
whole world is
my
just
whole
eating
world
pussy.
to be eating pussy.
Your whole world is eating pussy. That's great
Yeah.
for him. That's what I'm saying.
That's
so you say yes.
What do you
Color
want to know
me
more
severed.
outside of the world of pussy?
No. Who wants to live in
I
that
don't
world?
know, man. If I don't have any, I don't have to rely on money, this, that. Do I get some meals? I mean, I know my main meal.
Well,
Right.
I know
You
my
know,
big meal.
look, you're eating.
yeah, you're it, brother.
But do I get to, I get maybe a crab cake every now and again, something like that?
Here's my issue. Severed people aren't getting sleep.
Right.
they are.
In general.
No, they're not. I mean, they're
Their body is rest. They don't need
physically-
sleep.
Physically, there is sleep happening, but they don't ever get to experience sleep.
But they don't even know about sleep unless you tell them.
God, imagine.
Well, they're not tired because they don't need sleep.
Well, Irv's tired.
Irv's tired because he's old.
Well, because his Audi doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
But
Right.
But it's like now we're gonna get to the show.
Right.
Can I be in the proposal, in the
Sure.
cunnilingus severed proposal?
Sure.
Yeah.
Am I allowed? I mean, look, you can only go down for so long,
Right.
and then all of a sudden, even for everybody, all parties.
Yeah.
You don't want that for the whole
No.
8 hours. But
8 hours.
Then they go,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They go, all right, 20 minutes has gone by. I've got my rocks off. You've had a great time down there. You can go to bed now, and I'll wake you up when it's time to go again, or you get your crab cake.
Who are you talking about? I don't think you understand the show or how severing works.
The woman,
The woman.
my wife,
Well,
Julia.
it's like when
Why
is-
is this? Your wife doesn't even know you're severing. She thinks you're just down there. You're just signing out so you don't got to deal with it.
So I don't know what my guy down there likes. I mean,
You
I
know
know
he's
he
severing.
likes that, right?
you hope.
I
You
hope.
hope.
That's his main thing.
You hope.
God, you'd hope. Jesus.
He might, unless you wake up and your eyes have been burned in and it says, "Stop making me eat so much muff."
So
because
much
he's
much.
Stared at it. He stared
Why
at the
do I
light
have this tattoo on my stomach?
Yeah.
What's been carved into my abdomen?
with a knife.
All right, so I'm saying if I'm me and I like that, so I'm happy to be the severed guy, but I want some breaks.
Well, that's kind of the
You don't
whole
get
crux of severance is that the severed part of you
See, I think
is not getting any benefits.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're
And
running in my issue. I'm running.
I
into-
just want two me's, like two experiences of me, but they both should have meals, naps, friends.
You mean you want to get in the good stuff? You want the guy in there getting the good stuff,
we
you
should
want the
all
innie,
get all
your
the good
innie.
stuff.
huh? Also, he's not my innie. He's my Edie Outie. Oh, then I'll do that.
Ah, damn it! I wish
on.
the episode could end there.
That's
Yeah, no,
awesome.
but we have 48 minutes left.
But what but yeah, I guess that's what it is. Because with Lumen is they're like Amazon. They're trying to work their people to death.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like over
Yeah.
there, right?
Right. I don't think so, but
But
Yeah.
Julia's not. She doesn't. She 15 minutes, then she gets a little too uncomfortable by it, unless I really knock it out.
yeah, right.
So what I'm
If you're really
saying,
knocking it out, it's a 5-minute experience.
Well, I'm taking. I do
take
the
your time.
alphabet slow.
Oh,
I do
sure.
it in cursive.
Well, you have to
Yeah.
I
you have
do-
to remember the letters.
Also, if your wife,
I do uppercase, lowercase, then I do cursive.
Yeah.
Then I do
Serif and San.
yo, you want to try something crazy? Blow on her butthole. Go.
Shane won't let me near that thing.
No. You don't go near it. You just go. She'll go. She'll like it. I'm telling you.
I like that you're like whispering it to him like I'm not here and we're not on mic
Have
broadcasting.
you ever tried it?
No.
You ever get your butthole blown on?
No, I don't think I have.
No one's ever done it to me, but it happened with a thing. I had like this air thing, and I was trying to air my wiener out. And I blew my butthole, and I went, hey, that's pretty good. I wonder if I get a girl to do that. And I haven't asked Tina yet, and I don't know how to bring it
Why
up.
were you airing your
Yeah,
wiener?
what?
Why were you airing your
I like you're like,
wiener out?
I don't know how to say this.
and what were you using to do it?
So it was this thing. It's part of a toy that you push to make a car shoot. It's a whole thing. It's like an air
An
thing.
adult
You push
toy?
it. No, not it. Well, no, it's actually a kid's toy.
It is now.
It's this thing you. You know the thing
That's what
that
I'm
used to
I
old
were
thing?
like the
Alex said it's like a turkey baster.
or like yes, turkey or like
like a turkey baster.
like the thing that where you like, kind of like not a neti pot, but the other there was one that was like a squeezy.
Yep.
Yes, I'll say also, but a turkey baster, similar, right? I did it on my balls. I was like, let me see how that feels, right? I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Let me see my butthole, and I went, hey, all right. And so I was like, well, maybe you try that. So next time, it's exactly like that. So next time, I was like, next time I go down to my wife, I'm try to blow on her butthole. I bet she'll love it.
Right.
But I haven't tried it yet because we haven't had sex yet.
Okay.
Because I was giving you this information before.
Before, right.
Before,
Oh, so
but
it's
I bet you-
untested.
but it's kind of it's in trial phase.
So
It's-
we've
It's in beta.
we've run human tests, but only on ourselves. So we'll see.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying.
This
Going
is
back to
Yeah.
Lumen. They're like, we're just trying to work you to the bone to get Cold Harbor off the ground.
To the bone.
Yeah.
Right.
But my wife is gonna be like, hey, that was great. Now I'm just with this severed guy for 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but you're saying I'm only severing. I see what you're saying. I'm severed when I'm going down on her,
Yeah.
and I'm
And then
unsevered the
unsevering.
minute I'm released. Okay,
You're
I understand.
unsevered
I've been
right
saying
before you're about
things
to-
wrong for a while now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Also,
because severance isn't just 8 hours. It's like because there's the lady in the show who like was severed for her like pregnancy and birth.
yes.
That was it's not like she was clocking in and out every day. Like that was just like
Right.
she
Just for the birth.
woke up and was like, I have a baby now. And that other woman was just like, I have only been in excruciating torture,
Right.
which is what I assume
Wild
pregnancy
horrible
and birth is.
I would probably sever myself a little bit to be around my mom.
I get that, brother.
Boy, I
get
want
that.
my innie is parents and my outie never talks to them.
Yeah, not the full thing, but a decent chunk of time, I would say.
Let me
Half
say this.
the phone calls.
You
Yeah.
do bad stuff for your innie, right? Like you have to deal with my mom, but also I'm going to sever for poops. So you always get the fun poops, right? That's also a thing. Like,
Do you know in advance what they're going to be?
yeah, you can usually tell. Like, it's like,
It's diet.
I would say it'd be nice to eat spicy food without thinking of the repercussions
Yeah.
on the other end.
Yeah.
right. That's the thing. It's like, okay, look, I'm severing and you have to deal with talking to my mom. But every time I go to this fancy restaurant, I'll also sever. So you always get lobster dinners. They should
I
also
see what
be
you're saying.
giving.
You're balancing it out.
You're giving them good stuff too. It's like, I can get rid of like a 45-minute great meal for my severed.
You're now just describing being alive.
What do you mean?
Like good stuff and bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you're at work and sometimes there's a nice dinner.
Yeah,
It's like, that's just all of us all the time now.
Maybe here at Gregon, we call it twice life.
Twice life.
Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, look, I don't have to deal with this hardship of pain, but that doesn't mean I can't every now and again give you 45 minutes of eating a fresh bagel at this bagel place I
Still
like.
feels unfair.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not great. The whole show is based on the fact that it's not great.
Yeah.
But-
So I don't know why we would introduce something like that into Talktown when we're in
Or-
charge of everything that happens.
Maybe these guys get into it. If you're going through every time you go to a dentist, Maybe this guy's like, damn, I only get off now on dentist stuff, and he's craving the pain because that's all he loves.
We're making that person be that way.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
okay. But then
this
they like
is
it.
a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd love not to be at the dentist. I would love if like all doctor and dentist experiences are my innie, but then like that person's life is terrible.
Right.
Yeah. So I see you, and you're saying give them a little bit of balance to go to a baseball game every now and again.
Right.
So they're having a decent life.
Yeah.
Right.
A
You're
little
being-
something.
But I feel like for it to feel fair, you'd need it to become a 50-50 hardship and enjoyment. And then it's like, well, isn't that just kind of...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're taking away. Yeah, you're just kind of reducing your life in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as you get older, you go, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think the older you get,
Yeah.
you go, do it all.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
that's when you're praying for death.
Do the whole
I want
life.
my Audi to just be sleep.
All right. Good night. That's awesome. And then you're going into dream innie, which is a whole other guy
Oh my God.
or gal, depending on whatever you think.
That's
you are.
interesting. Who's doing Dream Innie as I'm doing a girl.
Yeah.
Who's doing another guy? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. See the experience.
Yeah.
Explore.
I'm doing an animal. I would say I wouldn't.
Oh.
I'm doing a bird. I almost do that every time.
You've lost me completely. You want to make your innie a bird?
Why
Dream
not?
Innie.
Dream Innie.
Dream innie,
Definitely.
you can control it?
Either way, I'm doing a bird. Oh, I see what you're saying.
control
I
your
can't just
dreams.
become a bird. I get what you're saying.
yeah.
I get what you're
I
saying.
understand what you're
I get it. When there's a lot of moving parts, it's difficult
I know
for
there's
me.
so many levels of consciousness that we're dealing with. I kind of a little lost.
But whenever I
yeah.
have a lucid dream, I used to when I was hornier, I would always just whatever was near me, I'm trying to get my hands on anything.
Yeah.
Right? And now I become a bird.
See, that's the thing with severance. You have to go into the room, right? But I'm saying, if you just have a button to push, every time like something horrible is about to happen, you just like, I don't want to deal with this, and you push it, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And it's like you get punched in the face, and it's like, and then you come back out.
Yeah. It's like blacking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just push the button, so you don't have to deal with anything horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this guy's got to deal with all that shit.
Right.
Maybe that's what season 3 is going to be about. So you're saying about being a bird? You want to be a bird? I
We're
really
talking
kinda-
about dream innies.
Dream Innies.
the dream innie thing. I really don't. We got to go slower. I don't understand it.
Okay. So we're saying that you're severed and you have an innie and an outie. And now we're saying you can develop a new thing where you can have another consciousness that is in your dreams. So you can choose.
We're just talking about dreaming.
Or VR.
Yeah, I guess we're just talking about dreaming. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about dreaming,
We've
but
lost the plot.
Yeah.
Perhaps,
Well, yeah.
Well, you have the ability to control your dreams.
Right. That
I
would
think
be
that's what
awesome.
we're saying, right?
Yeah, something else
Yeah.
is controlling your dreams. We'll just get VR. I'm trying to get into these furry VR rooms because I see them on Instagram. It's these weird people who, weird, whatever they were doing is good for them. But they get to be like,
The good for them people.
yeah,
The good for them crowd.
Good for them. Good for them.
God, the God bless them crowd. Yeah.
yeah, God bless them.
The God bless them.
So they're like, this guy, well, he's like a naked bear.
Sure.
And he's just talking to a weird cat lady. And, I want to go talk to those people.
Right.
How do we get into those rooms?
And this is happening in a real space on our planet.
In VR, in a VR
they're-
world.
Oh, they're in VR.
They're like furry people, but they're digital people. So they're living in like a
But
digital
these are
world.
real people. Are these like avatars for real people using VR that are just other like people who
Yeah.
are locked in, or
like a
or
VR
is this
guy.
like, or is this like a generative AI or
No
like
AI.
something like? Okay,
It's a guy goes, hey, I'm a cat person in VR. And then there's a room with
so you
all
put
these
on.
other people.
So a guy puts on goggles and he's like, "All right, I'm going into a room, and the me that gets projected in this room that other people with VR goggles can join. I'm a cat person.
yeah. And most
So
of these
you
people
can talk
are like,
to that person, but you're not near them physically.
No.
Okay.
You're near them in VR world. And most of these people are like furries and weird sexual kink stuff.
Sure.
Right? But then like a regular guy like me gets in there and you just start fucking around with them. They get very mad.
You calling yourself a regular guy?
Yeah,
is
a wild choice.
I don't know the room. I haven't gotten in there yet. But I saw a YouTube video of a guy who had a leash. And he just kept leashing people. And they kept like, stop leashing. Because they clearly have leashes for weird sexual shit.
Right.
Where you can start leashing people. And this guy just kept
But like
leashing
has
everybody.
an actual leash or a
It's a
VR
VR
leash? I don't really know what VR
I'm going to end this
is.
conversation.
Well, I think it's Libby and I. We've not ventured into the world of VR as
Yeah.
you have, so we're not as familiar.
We're just
with it.
learning.
Avatars.
That's fine.
Okay.
You look at me with them cruel eyes.
Yeah. It's like talking to Neanderthals, as Anthony would say. God. Anyway, get up on your internet stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
so okay, we ventured too far away. Let's go to a new topic. Do you guys have anything else?
Well, I watched this movie the other day. This movie, these guys, it's called Grand Theft Hamlet. And during the pandemic, they put on the full production of Hamlet inside Grand Theft Auto. It was pretty amazing.
Oh,
That's
I love
awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was very funny because then people would just show, their avatars would just show up while they were doing lines and just shoot them.
Yeah, of course.
It was great.
Yeah.
Great movie.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was really great.
Where'd you watch it? YouTube?
It's on this subscription service called Mubi.
You pay for Moopy? What the hell's going on in your life?
I can't anymore. I have to stop. I got it.
If you're paying for Moopy, I'm not paying for this podcast.
You're
If you
paying-
got Moopy money,
You're paying for
you're paying
First
for
of all,
you're
it's-
paying for the stage time.
It's Mubi.
Moopy?
Yeah.
MUBI?
Like how a little kid would say
Like a
a
cow?
movie.
Like 2B,
A movie.
but an M?
Yes. That's exactly what it's like.
All right.
So we got it.
So it's
for free.
2B is television Ubi.
Yeah.
Movie.
is movie Ubi.
If you ever complain about money, I'm going to say you got yourself into this.
Movie, it's
You
not
were paying for a
$400,
movie.
Greg.
What, was
God
it like
knows what kind of
$3.99?
crazy subscriptions you got going with Mezco toys and other bullshit. How dare you?
Moopy.
Anyway,
Yeah, all right.
movie is it's not. I also am going to stop paying for it, but it's not an outlandish, lavish service. But we got it for free.
Yeah, they have great things like Grand Theft Auto
I know.
Hamlet.
Oh no, you got to see the movies they have on Mubi.
The movie options?
Are pretty.
They're like movies, they're movies. They're not quite movies.
They're great. They're great. But we got it for free from a friend of ours, and they had the substance on there. So that was
yeah.
that was great.
Substance?
The substance?
A substance?
The substance?
What
It's
do you guys
just-
say?
It's a huge movie that came out. A movie.
a real movie.
This is a V movie.
Capital
really?
V movie.
Oh, well, I'm not familiar.
It was great.
Demi Moore?
Ooh, I love Demi. Did you get naked in
Where
it?
have you been?
Having
You're
children.
like, I'm buying torsos and fucking them on VR, but you don't know what the subs. It was
There's
Oscar
only
nominated.
so much time in a day.
Yeah,
And
you
when you're
made your
fucking
choice.
torsos, you're not catching the
Kids
Oscar
gotta get
bait.
picked up from school. Torsos gotta get fucked.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of time left
Dinner's
over.
gonna be on the table. Like there's
Yeah.
just not time. No, there was a huge movie from this year.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Is this the movie that Conan came out of the body for?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't understand what that was about.
The substance.
All right, that
Yes.
makes sense because I saw Demi in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Demi.
Demi. It's Demi, and she knows it's Demi. She made a stand a long time ago. It's like quietly.
that's what got me in the movie game.
Okay.
And now I've had, it's kind of one of those things where I kind of forgot that I was paying for it, but then
Yeah, I got like 12 of those.
How did Demi react when they were like, "Hey, big news! The substance is going right to Mubi." Well, she must have been the same way. I was like, "Hey, under 1,000 is going right to Topic." That was our pilot show that we did that went to a streaming service that
Doesn't exist.
God knows what happened to it.
But yeah, so they have a lot of like wild art house.
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
cool.
Bullshit
I wanna
like that.
explore
it's great.
that.
I'll give you my thing.
Great.
If you want, you can take over my account.
I don't want that
Yeah.
responsibility.
Get your own
Fair.
account.
It's fair. I figured I'd offer. yeah.
You should be able to sublet accounts.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
It's very true.
Yes.
Like I'm like I want like I don't know.
This is great.
I had Disney Plus for a while
Great.
because The Simpsons, but that's really the only thing I wanted on
100%.
Disney
You
Plus.
bring up a really good point.
This is huge.
This
What
is
if-
basically the television streaming version of Are you going to finish that?
Let me no, hang on. Let me add something here. It's the television streaming of cab medallions. Let's say there's only 500. Let's say there's only
I see what you're
1,200
saying.
Disney Plus.
We're killing
subscriptions
ourselves
out
over
there.
them.
Yeah, I said there's only 1,200 out there.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to share or rotate them, kind of like housing. It would make the how there's not enough housing, or that everything's expensive.
Sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? This would only work really good for the corporations. This would not work good for the normal man.
Of course.
No,
man.
of course. Most things are set up to make 12 men rich, and the rest of us suffer.
Yeah,
And
people are
women.
gonna hoard their Peacock accounts and go. You want to watch Yellowstone? It's $3,000.
Yeah,
I
right.
got all the
There's
accounts.
gonna be surge pricing for like Housewives.
It would save the movie industry.
I
Oh
think
my
it would
God.
destroy it.
Yeah, man. It becomes winter. These people are going to be like, "You want Amazon Prime? It is $400, surging right now. Can't leave your house. Too cold."
Hey, real quick, I just want to say this. I just got text that says from who knows what number. Yo, is this live Talktown still happening at Grove 34 tonight? Did we ever say that was happening?
Probably.
I am sure we've said it once, but I don't know if we've ever set a date.
I'll tell you, this ain't happening tonight.
Nope.
I was supposed to be doing a thing tonight, but I guess somebody took that as Grove. Yeah, so I'll say no.
Maybe it
Also,
might have. I bet
my
here's
phone
what
number.
happens. You were like, "I'm doing this thing," and then all of us probably went, "Let's do a live Talktown," and then forgot that we said that.
This was supposed to be a live. I was supposed to be doing a special taping tonight. But they forgot to put it on the website. So Rob was like, "You want to redo it?" I said, "We'll do another date."
Great.
I was taping. I was going to do the high video where I
Right.
get really high and then do that. That was supposed to be tonight, but then Rob was like, "Oh, I forgot to put it on the website." It's like, let's reschedule because I'm not ready anyway.
Oh, right. Oh, and we were going to be at that.
Yes.
That was it.
Possibly.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That's not so crazy.
Yeah, but no, what's crazy is who the hell knows who this is that's messaging me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that part is crazy.
That part's crazy.
That it is
Yeah.
a random phone number. Yeah, call it. Let's
Call it.
No, this
No,
looks
because who
scary.
knows if that could be somebody. That could be somebody we don't know who that is.
That's true.
Well, they sent us an animation at one point. Oh God, this might be something else.
Is it
never even
Harumi?
saved any- It's definitely not Harumi.
No.
All right.
Yo. Oh, it's Reed.
Oh, okay.
What? Reed doesn't even live over here.
Oh, let's hope he didn't come down from DC.
Oh Christ.
boy. Anyway.
Anyway. So anyway, we're back. What
I love this.
So I think you should be able to sublet it because okay, so I for like 6 months I had Disney Plus because I really wanted to watch The Simpsons, and
Yep.
then I was like, there's nothing else on this streamer that I particularly am interested in. Doesn't mean it's not good content.
No, I agree with this.
It's not for me. I want to get ahead of like Andor's good. I'm sure. Like I was into Disney Plus for The Simpsons. When I kind of was like, I've watched a lot of The Simpsons of my seasons.
Of course.
I was like, well, I do want access to The Simpsons again, but I don't need a whole Disney Plus for this. So
This is why you give your password to other people,
which I do.
and then they pay you.
See, it's
For the
usually that
sublet.
there's not payment.
There's never
Right.
payment.
So
We have to make it like, hey, yeah, okay, I got this. Yeah, I love the subletting idea.
because like there's some services where I'm like, there's just one thing I want to watch
Completely.
there.
That's the whole
But
thing
I
with
know
these.
there's other people for whom there's several things or different things.
Totally.
Where it's like, all right, we're splitting this because you want to watch Star Wars and I want to watch The Simpsons. And to me, that's one subscription.
Right, but the thing that gets
As
me,
somebody who like is criminally feeling like they're underpaid for television, like I don't know why I'm proposing this. It's actually a
because-
bad idea.
it's not because
But-
they got greedy. Let me buy the DVDs.
Right.
Also, I'm very much
I
into
miss
a la carte.
DVDs.
I go, listen, I'm gonna buy Disney Plus. I only want to watch it for Daredevil. Why am I paying $120 for the whole year? I'm gonna pay it. Daredevil comes out. I end the subscription, and then when you get something else, I'll come back on.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
like I ended up buying all of Mad Men, like just to own on my
Yeah.
TV because I was like, it kept bouncing services. And I was like, I rewatch this show from front to back once a year, like
Right.
a maniac. And I was like, oh, I should just own it at this point, which like I would have owned it 12 years ago
watch Mad
on
Men.
DVD.
Do you watch Mad Men like porn? You're just like, oh, look how mean they were to women. Oh God, I think you get off. I hate men.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry,
Yeah.
that seemed a little meaner than I did, but it's kind of a kink for you, I think.
I just think it's a good show. I think they made a really rich
What a fun
television show.
What a fun. Get this all out of your system. It's one of the best shows of all time.
it's one of the
sure.
greatest television shows ever made.
Have your fun, Greg. It's a great show.
Because we all love seeing women being treated like dirt. Because
We
we're
don't
in power,
all love that.
and women like it because they like to have something over you. You like to be like, look at us, we were treated so bad. You have to pay for dinner now. Whatever. Sorry, I don't know about this.
That like
Yeah,
that's really funny.
I'm just kidding. No, I've never finished Mad Men because I don't like to see the treatment of women like that. I like to watch Handmaid's Tale, but I pretend all the women are men.
and all the men are still men.
Yeah, worse men. Yeah,
Man,
I've really lost the plot here, and
you're doing so much just to watch TV.
Yeah, I will say that I did learn the definition of lost the plot today, and I've been trying to use it as much as possible.
I have heard it a couple of times.
I'm excited to use it. Really excited.
It has really stood out as here's a new one.
Today's secret word is lost the plot.
Lost the plot. If you're on Watch What Happens Live, if you're watching and you're not driving, you should be hammered by now.
Clap. Yeah. Woo, you should clap.
But I do think that sublet streaming idea is great.
Yeah.
I really do.
Like we should be able to I should be able to pay a friend $2 a month who has a Disney Plus subscription. Like, hey, let me take $2. Let me subsidize your subscription so I can watch my one thing.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? I could sublet my contact lenses to people in China because when I'm asleep, they're awake. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, the logistics alone with this is impossible,
Well,
but I love the theory
Think
too
When
much.
about the
teleportation
solution.
is part of our world, this is it.
What about night workers? You know what I mean? A guy, he's working the overnight
Right,
shift. You get
yeah.
to have my contact lenses at night.
Great. Why?
That's great.
Great.
Everybody puts their prescription into some government database, and then old contacts show up at your place of work.
You got to drive blind to my house before I go to bed.
You gotta drive blind.
Some poor junkyard security guard shows up to your house.
There's no
at
time to
midnight.
disinfect, brother.
Yeah, you get eczema too, my friend.
Yeah.
Why isn't Dad sleeping? He's waiting on the junkyard security guard to come and take out his eyes.
Don't worry, they'll be back in the morning.
I'd also be like, also my shirts. I'm not using my shirts at night. Today's outfit. You get the outfit, the glasses, the contacts. When I'm sleeping, there's all this stuff just not getting used.
So somebody should just be dressing up as you every night.
The
Can I tell
nighttime
you,
sunlight.
These are proposals that the rich make to be like, we're helping you poor out.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? We're doing all these great things.
Yeah, this is tech oligarchs being like, here, we'll let them share a shirt.
Yes.
And we'll make so much money.
Yeah.
I can see how making Talktown will turn us into the worst people on the planet
totally.
so easily.
Nothing makes me madder than these rich people who have empty apartments in New York.
That is
Right?
should be a crime.
So what could I do? I'm a rich person that I have contact lenses.
No, beat the rich.
Yeah, we should try to fight the rich.
I think we should.
I'm going to get t-shirts that say, bring back ugly comedy.
Man, yeah.
You know? Ugly
I just
comedy. Yeah.
really miss when like wearing a corset wasn't a part of being on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Is that too specific?
I can take
All right,
a
great.
guess.
Okay. Nothing against that person, but
Of course it. I'd like to
she's
see.
ushering in a nightmare for me, a regular 41-year-old lady who just likes jokes.
Yeah, I like to be funny and I like to be ugly.
And I want to somehow make money at
And we
that.
had a home. And we don't
had
have a
a
home
home.
anymore.
I know. What the fuck?
Us funny uglies had a place to call our own.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't exist anymore.
Let me throw this out there. And it's not-
We're like the people of.
we are just like the people of.
Oh, sorry, just edit it out.
No, edit
edit
it in.
it out.
Edit what out? I don't even know what that is.
Great.
Anyway,
I
I'll say
shouldn't have
this.
grabbed it.
Let me tell you this. You grab, you have fun. None of this means anything. Let me say this.
What were you going to say before
None of
Anthony
the
took us
things we
That is
do
true.
matter.
way off track?
Yeah.
All right, none of the things we do matter, but we act like they do and they don't. Anyway, comedians are both. So I saw. So Schultz was on Monday Night Raw,
Okay.
right? And they pulled him into the ring or whatever. And I looked at him and I go, he doesn't look that off, right? He looks like he could be there. There was a
I see what you
time
mean.
where if a comedian was on Raw, you would be like, that man doesn't even belong in that world, right? Like he's so out of shape. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
okay. I
Right.
see what you mean. Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like the fact that you could look at him and be like, oh, you could kind of be there is like, no.
And there's always been like a couple of people in the comedy world who you're like, yeah, you look like,
Yeah, it used to just be Schultz.
right.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was.
And DeStefano.
It was like,
Justin.
these are people who shouldn't be on TV, but they got so funny, they have to be. And it's not that anymore.
No.
Right.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking the opposite about how in comedy there was like one or two good-looking guys.
There used to be like just like one. There was always
Yeah.
like, you know, a couple good looking women,
There
a
was
couple
a
good looking
Bob
guys.
Newhart.
There
was
was a spectrum, and everybody was, and it was like, yeah, wherever you fall on this, if you're doing good comedy, that works. And
Yeah.
now it's like, no, just the hots.
Yeah, they've kicked us out. And that's
Where are
why-
all of us uggos supposed to go?
What the hell am I supposed to do? I got to go back to being a Morlock, living under the fucking in the sewage with the meat people.
What was your life like before comedy?
What were you
What
doing?
were the-
They could
what
call
were
them
What
the
are the
meat
meat
people.
people?
How are the meat people these days, Greg?
Because they look at them and they go, well, you're just
They miss
meat.
Greg.
You're potential food for the underworld. I gotta get in shape now.
I know it sucks.
Well, I
He's
mean,
in us shape, all right. That's like an old one, you know.
I like that though.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
funny
know, man.
because that's funny
It's fucking
because it's a
funny.
joke.
I've been working because of Mike. I've been working so hard on my act, and I'm like, man, this is so good. But I look at myself in the mirror and I go, you can't sell that to anything. You can't sell that slab of fucking meat. No one's buying. We should kill them.
probably. What are time? Where are we at?
Yeah,
time?
we're on time, Alex.
We could fight them.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, let's do one more fun one. I think that anyway, yeah. Selling fucking pills. Why did comedians start selling pills? That's crazy. Two
Yeah.
comedians I've seen being like, well, I take this pill, it makes me kind of smart. No.
Okay. Well, first of all, no one selling a pill is smart. So
Right. Well, no, buying a pill is smart.
that's especially true.
Pete Holmes. I'll name him. Pete Holmes is selling pills.
Really?
He sold out. And we all know Rogan's got alpha brain.
Well,
right?
he's
But
a
that goes
whole-
without saying, right?
Yeah, that's like
But
we're
Pete
talking about
Holmes is
comedians.
selling brain pills. I'm selling pills. I'm gonna start selling pills.
Just loose pills.
Yeah,
loose pills from
you're
my
a,
house.
You're a guy who sells pills.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right. He beat
Yeah.
me with a punch.
Comedians
Greg's
used to look
loose
like they
pills.
sold pills.
I'm gonna do it like they do these mystery. They do these mystery packs where you open the pack and you. Oh, did you get Spider-Man? Did you get a Predator? What toy did you get? I'm gonna do a mystery pill bag where you just buy my mystery pills. Who knows what it's gonna do for you? But
One's a
whatever it
button.
is, that's your day. Could be Wellbutrin.
It's like I needed those.
Could be a boner pill. Could be a vitamin. Could be hair growth. Maybe you got hair for the day.
Maybe a Tic Tac.
Could be a Tic Tac. Mostly jelly beans. It's mostly jelly beans.
Mostly jelly beans.
Yeah.
You do need to make a hair growth pill that it's just hair for a day, and then it falls out
Yeah.
at midnight in such a violent clump.
Well, we looked into this. And We're
Yeah.
going long on this one. We looked into this, and I'm mad about it. But a really
You
good,
both have a lot of hair.
No, I know, but I want a really.
You both
good
have some
wig.
hair.
Yeah.
I have good hair. I want a really
hair.
good.
all
wig.
right.
You know, like a 2,000. You told me it's like 5,000. Who was I looking at it with? We were looking up wigs. It's like $5,000.
Wasn't me. No, wigs are like a
Real
good wig. It's
hair
very
wig.
expensive.
Right.
I want the luxurious, long, Jesus
What color?
Christ hair. Oh, jet black or blonde. I'll change it up, man.
Or you're buying two?
I know it's so much money. I can't. But I want to get a. Maybe I'll go on Temu and see if they have a good wig.
You're gonna get a photocopy of a picture of a wig.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Plugs.
hair plugs. That's what
There
I
you
need.
go.
bro.
There it is.
You know, join the Patreon. Keep listening to this thing. This one comes out probably
Yeah,
a week or
sometime later.
night.
Or after that. We don't know.
You guys want to read my script?
We might do these out of
Yeah,
order.
definitely.
We could do my movie next Patreon.
Sure.
What if next week we have a guest lined up,
Mm-hmm.
and then we read? I'll have a script ready for us.
All right. And if we have
Yeah.
to cut it, we'll cut it into 2 episodes.
Perfect.
Great.
And if we cut it, we cut it in 2 episodes. That's my
Well,
idea.
yeah. Next week we have Blockhead.
Next week is Blockhead.
If this comes out in order, we have
Which it
Blockhead.
might not.
Yeah, which it might not.
Which is
fine.
just for fun, not for any reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have Blockhead, and then we got to do a couple Patreons.
And you got to listen to all Blockhead's music to be really up on it before you get there.
Okay.
Everyone this week listen to Blockhead's music so that next week you're very excited to see him as a guest.
Or you've already heard him, and now you're catching up.
Whatever.
yeah. Either way.
Who cares?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Goodbye.
That's
See ya.
it.